Good morning from Vietnam.
I've always wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Just good morning, Vietnam.
Wait, we missed an opportunity there, didn't we?
Shoot.
We have 3 more stops to try to remember to do the thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are here. This is our first stop, brand new country.
Yeah.
We were scheduled to dock in Phu My for Ho Chi Minh, and they moved our docking location a little bit, but Travel Authentic Asia said, we got you. That's okay.
They're great.
Yeah, so we've got a Ho Chi Minh City highlights tour. Now, there were a good number of things to think about before coming, but fortunately the ship has given us lots of information.
True.
There is a visa on arrival of about $5 that has to be paid if you don't have one already. Mm-hmm. There is a passenger's landing card that you have to fill out and carry with you into each of the ports every day. That was $1.50.
Correct.
And then there's a $5 administrative fee. So all of that's just being posted to our onboard account. Mm-hmm. What else do we have to take with us?
Color copies of your copies of your passport. That said color. When they gave them to us, they weren't. But mine was incorrect for some reason.
That was weird.
And so we had our own that we brought. So we're just going to take ours off. They verified that would be okay.
Yeah, they brought you a photocopy of your expired passport, which we do not have in our possession, so I don't know how they got that. They must have you on file, girl.
It's a mystery.
Anyway, but yeah, copies of passport, landing cards, medallions. I think we're good to go.
It's a lot to keep up with, but they keep you informed well in advance.
All right, breakfast and let's roll.
Let's do it.
Well, breakfast is done. Now we wait. Gangways, we're deck 5 midship. Now let's find those shuttle buses. Oh, there we have all the tour buses. Ooh, it was standing room only on the shuttle bus. All right, here are our tour groups. Ooh, we got a group of 16 today. We got a nice size ride. First stop, which is going to be about 10 or 15 minutes to visit a temple just here around the corner. Made our way to District 5. I think I see our destination right there across the street. So this should be Buddhist. That is the primary religion here from what we've learned. So hats off, shoulders covered, but we do not have to take shoes off here. And we learned about spiral incense on the way over here too.
It smells amazing. You guys need smell-o-vision.
Okay, yeah, the guide just reconfirmed about 5 to 7 days for one of those spiral incense to burn fully. We've got slips on the wall from various contributors to the temple. And here at the end we have the main shrine. Yeah, we really need some smell-o-vision here with all this incense. Yeah, you have to look very carefully to even see these burning overhead, but I can see little wisps of smoke coming out of the end of some of them. And they do have restrooms here if needed. Time to ride. We've arrived for our next activity, which is a cyclo ride. These 3-wheeled units. It's 1 person per vehicle.
Bring it on. They're going to scare the mess out of us.
We're just here beside Independence Palace at the moment in District 1. Yeah, let's find a sturdy vehicle, shall we? So these have been pre-booked by the tour company, and that includes the tip, but they said you can always tip $1 or $2 above and beyond. They said to keep all of our belongings in the front, keep our hands tucked in for optimal safety, and enjoy the ride. I don't know where Dee is. She's back there somewhere. Let the fun begin. I think she's going to try to take some video on her phone, so we'll splice together some highlights. I think we're all taking the same route. There she was back there. We found her. Oh, we just got cut off. Ooh, street food. We do have lunch included later, so we better not spoil our appetites. Well, we get to enjoy some natural air conditioning today.
Are you enjoying your ride?
I'm having a fantastic time.
There's a car,
You almost got hit by a car.
We did not.
Well, now we just get to roll along side by side through the streets. Oh, I'm winning. Bye.
Pretty. Just a pleasant little stroll on a bike. So it's on a stroll.
Well, I like this park. A lot of nice green space through here. I think we learned there are 14 million people who live in this city, 9 million scooters, 1 million cars. I don't know how many of these cyclos that they have, though.
First-person experience traffic in Vietnam. It's pretty intense, but it's good. He knows what he's doing, so yeah.
Oh, traffic's getting thick at this light.
There's Jay, he's in the lead. We're gonna catch him.
Yeah, this is probably not anything that I would have thought, oh man, I'm going to plan and book that for myself in Vietnam, but I'm glad this is part of the tour. This is definitely a unique experience.
This is fun. So, all the murals that we're going by.
All right, we have dismounted here. I gave him a pretty nice tip because my man was working hard. Let's regather. So we've been dropped off right over here by Notre Dame Cathedral, which, yes, it is behind all of that scaffolding somewhere, getting some construction, perhaps, done. Oh, and this building is the historic post office, which they were worried because today's Sunday it might be closed, but apparently it is open every day.
It is busy. Wow.
Well, looks like we're going to start by wandering over here to the post office, actually. We've got some violin tunes in the air. It's Adele, at least it's not Sweet Caroline. Oh, so this is quite the historic, ornate building. They've got tourist information desk over there, stamp room, a photo booth room. Looks to be mostly serving as a souvenir market these days. Oh, but you can still buy postcards and mail them out. Let's get one more solid peek at the exterior of this building before we move over to another highlight. We can sneak over here and get a little Notre Dame peek, and I think I got some footage of it as we rode by it on the cycle there. Time to load up. Next stop is the War Remnants Museum, so we can get a little history and learn more about the Vietnam conflict. So there are some outdoor sections to this museum, some indoor sections. He said they do have air conditioning, and it works okay.
Hey, that's better than being outside. That's all right.
Tickets acquired, and they are included with the tour. They've got lots of aircraft here on the outside. So I think we get about an hour of free time here. We've got a whole section of tanks on this side. Now we've seen several signs around that said no video without permission, so we'll try to get some clarification on that, but otherwise we will have some photos by Dee from in here. Well, they've given us a map of the place, and we did ask for clarification, and he said, yeah, you're not really supposed to do video, so we'll see you on the other side. Just finished strolling through most of the major rooms of the museum. I don't think we're going to put any commentary in over that. We're just going to let that stand as is. Photos by Dee, Museum Edition.
Yeah, mostly it is all photographs. I didn't try and take too many of the probably harder to view images just because you need to come and see it for yourself, you know, and yeah, it was definitely rough to look at though.
We're going to do a little bit more wandering around the outside areas of this zone. They don't have anything about recording outside that we can see. They've got some areas up top that you can visit. Various cells talking about their prison system. Oh, there's the little cafe zone. They've got some kind of a bell out here people have been ringing. I guess this kind of shows what we were looking at over here when we first came in. It is about 1 o'clock now. Lunch should be our next stop. I think they said about a 15-minute ride over to the hot spot. Back on the bus, Gus. Hoi An Street Vietnamese cuisine. Yes, please. Well, this will be lovely. Looks like we're going to have a set menu. Spring rolls, rice noodles, beef, pancake, soup, and steamed banana cake. Oh, the food has started coming out. I think that's the pancakes, the spring rolls. Oh, yeah, and the beef in the leaves. The condiments have come out. That must mean that pho is on the way. And there it is. Yum, yum, yum. So I'm going to doctor it up and we're going to enjoy. More gratuitous food footage. There is our dessert. Oh, that was just what we needed.
We had pho in Vietnam. I'm so excited. It was so good. Very happy right now. I'm going to dance.
All right, on to the next stop. Now we're off to the market. We have made it to one of the more popular touristy markets in town. Now, our guide said you're going to find the same kind of stuff in each of these types of markets as we progress through Vietnam. So he's offered to take some of us who don't want to do the shopping here over to a coffee shop to maybe check out some Vietnamese coffee. We've also got a pharmacy and money exchange in this zone. But we've got coffee. Oh, they're working with tea, coffee, boba, all kinds of stuff. Well, we decided to go with one traditional iced white coffee and one young coconut coffee. Cheers. Yo, Dee is having a moment.
Legit, the best coffee I've ever had in my entire life. It's strong, but also not harsh. It's coconutty. It actually has chunks of coconut in it. It's the perfect sweetness. I'm going to cry when I can't have this anymore in my life. Oh my gosh, what have I been missing?
Mine is great too, but it's very strong coffee flavor. Yours is much milder, but they are both delicious.
So good.
Now the sadness sets in because the coffee is gone, but we're headed back to the bus. Yep, I think coffee was better than market today. Hit 'em up, move 'em out. Sweet home, let's join the line. It looks like they do have 2 gangways open, so shouldn't take too long.
Outfit of the night, super, super casual. You'll find out in a minute why. So we'll start with the earrings. These are what I bought at the Pattaya floating markets. I love the shape and all the colors. They're just beautiful and they're handcrafted, my favorite. The high neck tank top is from Old Navy. The, what do you call them, like linen blend pull-on pants, I don't know. These are from Old Navy as well. And then my sparkly shoes are Hey Dudes. I don't know what I'm talking about. I need water. It was hot. Good evening.
Y'all. Speaking of hot, I am still hot. I just got out of the shower and whoo-ooh-you.
We're also both blue.
Da-ba-dee-da-ba-da. All right, now, if you had to ask me how I hoped my first day in Vietnam would turn out, I would hope that I got a nice bowl of pho. I would hope that I rode a cute little tricycle around town, And I don't even know what else. Y'all, please tell me, how was your day?
It was perfect. I'm loving the tours with Travel Authentic Asia. They're so incumbent of lots of, is that the right word?
Let's say encompassing.
Encompassing of so many different things. It's not all just like temples or all museums. You get to do a little bit of a lot, but today was fantastic. We had, you know, the first temple that we went to, and then we did the Trishaw bike. My driver and I are best friends. Like, he was the sweetest guy. He'd be like, "Madam," and he would tap me on the shoulder and tell me what to look at, and we took a selfie, and he was the best. We tipped him really nicely too, because he was so cute. Then we did the War Museum, so definitely a little more in the feels for that, and I'm sorry we couldn't show you guys around, but we don't break the rules on things like that, so it's something you have to go and see for yourself. And then we had a delicious lunch. Oh, that food was outstanding. The market we decided to skip. We kind of glanced over, but we really wanted to try the coffee, and I don't regret that decision at all.
Me neither.
It was great. And they got us back with an hour and some change to spare. So.
Yeah, nice.
Leo was a great tour guide. Yeah.
So Travel Authentic Asia, boom, I'll put the link in the description. Let's do a toileting update for the ladies since this is our first one for Vietnam. How were the toiletings?
So they are really good about taking you to restroom stops. The very first one we went to, I didn't use, but I heard it was a squatty potty. Not quite sure how that works with long pants. I'm thinking you have to like disrobe or you're gonna like, you know, tinkle on yourself. I don't know. The second place was a regular Western toilet, as you would assume, and then the restaurant also had a Western toilet. But you may need to bring tissue, toilet tissue for your own.
Yeah, I know they said the one at the restaurant had it, but better to have it with you than to just not have it.
Be prepared, correct.
All right, y'all. Now, I guess let's let Editing-Jay, because here's what we're going to do.
Oh, yeah, I said.
We had a big old lunch fairly late in the day, and we're not hungry. Plus, it's actually past 5 o'clock when our dinner time is.
It's too hot to eat, guys.
So we're going to have another casual evening where we just go graze off of the loyalty buffet, sit in there, play some games, do some trivias, you know, let y'all take a little nap because it's hot and I can tell you need a nap. Now, if Editing-Jay feels like this video is a little short, he's going to put in a nice little piece of content for you guys right now. Hey guys, it's Editing Me, and I do have some content to share. One thing we realized as we went through, well, I'll just say certain ports in certain areas, is that the travel time to and from the highlights was a little bit long, and so by the time you took the guts, the good stuff of the tour and made it into a watchable format, the videos did get a little bit short, so you may see me from time to time popping in with more stuff. So today I think we will have an educational segment where we look at some paperwork and some extra details and things that we received pertaining to Vietnam and this specific port. Smart stuff. Yay. So let's start off with the first letter that we received. This is our immigration information letter for Vietnam, just basically going over detailed steps as to what we needed to do, which this was really nice. Talks about the landing card and how you fill that out, that you do need to keep it with you at every single port. We had 4 stops in Vietnam, so you had to show that, have it in your hand for every time you got off and on the ship. And then talks about visas. It's got the fees down at the bottom, and we basically didn't have any of this stuff ahead of time, so just boom to the onboard account. Nice and convenient. I like that. On the back of that paper, we have the actual information of how to complete your landing card, kind of what it looks like, which is helpful to know. And that was just handwritten and, like we said, carried with you at every single Vietnam port of call. And lastly, we have our specific information letter for this port of Phu My. It talks about the docking location, that you're not allowed to walk out directly, but they were running 2 complimentary shuttle services. One basically to the front gate, you know, just in case you needed to get out and probably meet with an independent tour vendor. Then the second one actually took you over to a mall, I guess the Go Mart in Ba Ria town, if I've said that correctly. About a 45-minute ride. And it was nice to see that was a complimentary shuttle. We've seen a lot of pay shuttle options on this itinerary, but every now and then they have a nice complimentary like this one. So I assume that mall would be near some hot spots and some things that you would want to walk around to, or just go shopping in the mall. So anyway, there is our educational segment for today. So let's throw it back to past us for about a 15-second good night. Did anything happen? So if you just saw some content, then there it was. If not, then he must have been like, huh, y'all did good.
Yeah.
So good night for now. We will see you for more Vietnam tomorrow.
Looking forward to it. Good night.